Sunburnt neck, you say, Cole? What are we talking about? It's definitely not a little bit pink. It'd be my own as well. I don't know what you're talking about. Sunburnt neck? Join the fucking club, pal. Join the fucking club. Thank you to Twitch Blend and to Poco for the follows whilst we're offline. Thank you to Scott for the subscription on YouTube as well. Hope we're all good. Plan for today is to record the end of season awards ceremony for the RTG, which will go live tomorrow at lunchtime, followed then by the first episode of the new season later on tomorrow afternoon. The end of season finale video goes live on the YouTube channel today at 3 o'clock. I imagined as such, Cole, yeah. My neck is also fucked. Tom, thank you for the 10th month, mate. And the second month in a row. And Ben Yeloon, maybe? For the follow on Twitch. Thank you very much indeed. I've not got anything I can record or show you from FC25, Sid, I'm afraid. There's nothing that allowed to go public at the moment. They got a pinched nerve. Ow. Yeah, it's not until you tweak your neck or your back that you realise how much everything you do involves your neck and your back. Can be slightly painful, to say the least. To say the least. Boom, 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 boom. Rum, bum, bum, bum. You avoid the sun by being Scottish. Yeah, that's fair enough. MJH and others have explained some stuff for FC25. There was something that was made available to us as content creators. I haven't had the time to go through it all, so I probably won't be making a video at this stage. To be honest. There'll be nothing that I can bring to you that others haven't already covered. I'm good, thank you, Jack. How are you, mate? No, we've gone back to an old save file, Ben, to do the award ceremony. So what we will do is get the comment section up from yesterday's episode, because this will be where people are voting for their player of the tournament, etc. Today's the 18th. I don't think we've got any 18th. There might be a couple of 9th. So there is an 18th there, Sean. Let's see if that lets me do that. Good. Glad to hear it, Jack. Does indeed let me do Sean. Lovely. Change that to the 19th then. Work our way up. Jordan, we did. Right, I wonder whether... I don't envisage it letting me do these. Unless there's been a changeover in days in a month. No, we'll have to do those tomorrow, that's fine. And for Michael Liam we did the other day. 13th we've done Jack. Jacko. Should be able to be done today, and indeed it is. So it's the 19th. More 19ths and the 18ths. Negative, that's a negative. Okay, actually, I might as well get it up so I can do this. And then this. I must remember not to tick over to season 4 when recording this episode. Because season 4's begun, and there'd obviously be some spoilers here as to who we've brought in. So in theory, I get to pick the player of the season and the young player of the season. You guys get fans player of the season and most improved. Signing of the season, I think, is pretty obvious. And then goal of the season will be voted upon by Twitter. 3 from the same episode this time, and 1 from a... Well, actually, what ultimately is going to end up being the winning goal a little bit later on. So let's have a look. Actually, let's check top comments first. Fans Player of the Year, Kirk. I think I agree with that. I think Kelland Watts is going to get Player of the Season. I think we're going to give Player of the Season to Kelland, Young Player to Kirk, Fans Player to Kirk, Most Improved to... I don't know who we'd give Most Improved to, actually. It's probably going to be Kirk or Kelland again, isn't it? Actually, Most Improved we could give to Jack Stevens, considering he lost his first team spot and then came back to the fore. Although in theory, Most Improved is Sam Forrest. Do I give most improved to Forrest, or do I not? He didn't have a massive impact on the season, did he? I would have imagined so, as yeah, most of the released info is mostly self-explanatory anyway. I haven't even had a chance to watch the presser yet. Let alone actually do anything with the content. Now we're going RTG with a certain black and amber club. My guy! Yes! But instead of creating Gary Monk, you've gone with Owen Coyle. Nice! Oh, where's Owen? Owen Coyle's fallen off the face of the grid, isn't he? Where is Owen Coyle these days? He was at Burnley for ages, wasn't he? Oh, actually, it was only 3 years. Wow, was it really that long ago? Christ. Okay, showing my age. I remember Owen Coyle from Burnley. He was at Bolton and Wigan, went to the MLS, came back into Ross County. These are Indian sides, aren't they? Then to Queen Park and then back to India again. He was only there for 15 games. Moved to Jamshedpur. That is a name I had not heard uttered in the English game for a very long time. Actually, Player of the Year we could give to Osborne. I think we'll do Player of the Year Osborne, Young Player of the Year Kurt, Fans Player of the Year Kelland Watts, and Most Improved Jack Stevens. I mean, I can give multiple awards to multiple people. I mean, this got the most thumbs up of anything on the video, so fans, Kirk, Young, Kirk, Player of the Year, Kellen Watts, Most Improved, Jack Stevens, Signing of the Season, Ben Osborne. I think it's how we'll do it. I think that's how we'll play it. You put Ranieri in charge. Liam Ranieri or regular Ranieri? It's the last game Ranieri will be in. Oh, is he retired? Or is he retiring? Well, I guess retired now. We're past the end of the season, aren't we? So Hornstrom to Lincoln, Janet to Walsall, Mannion to Vale, Simper to University of Dublin, bringing in Tyler Roberts from West Brom on loan. Nice. Claudio, yeah. Shout out Liam O'Ranieri though. That's a throwback. Had a big emotional send-off after his last game. Where was he manager? Where was Claudio? Was it Sampdoria? Cagliari. It's quite the managerial record, isn't it? 40 years, nearly. I was at Cagliari for 3 years there, in 88 to 91. It's like a proper football manager career, isn't it, really? Oh, he got them promoted from Serie C to Serie A back in the 80s. And kept them up this year. Where was his most successful spell statistically? Monaco, 57.95. Managed over 1,400 games. Unbelievable, Hefe. Now that's a journeyman, isn't it? That's a proper journeyman. Right. Let's record this video, shall we? And then we can go on Football Manager for literally the entirety of the rest of the day. Which I'm sure you guys will be very, very happy about. Pause music, Ches. Switch to that one, Ches. Turn the AC off, Ches. $912 of them in one of the top 5 leagues in the world. Only Arsene Wenger beats it. Wow. GG's. Actually, seeing that makes me want to do a journeyman for FC 25 rather than a glory hunter. But I guess a glory hunter is kind of a journeyman. It's just it's a journeyman at big clubs rather than a journeyman from the bottom. I could maybe ask and see what people would rather, a journeyman or a glory hunter. Because journeymans and Cambridge United RTGs are kind of the two things I've always done on FM. Sorry, I've only ever done a glory hunter once on FC, or FIFA as it was. Never an FM one. but it is more of an FM thing. Okay. Not a problem, Sean. Thank you for your continued support on the Patreon, mate. Very much appreciated. Cheers, pal. Good to see you with us in chat. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your first of 2 uploads today. This earlier upload will be the end of season awards for season 3, and at the usual slot of 3 p.m. UK, we will have episode 1 of season 4 of this realistic Road to Glory. If you want to avoid spoilers for what happened in season 3, don't watch this one yet. Go and watch yesterday's season finale. Worth your watch for sure, up there with one of, if not perhaps the most dramatic end of a season ever on the channel. I shall say no more from that point further forward. I'm about to spoil it for you, so do click off in a moment. We're going to be doing the end of season awards here, so as per usual, we will be offering you the Player of the Year, the Young Player of the Year, the Fans Player of the Year, Most Improved, Signing of the Season, and Goal of the Season. The Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year are voted for, or decided upon by us in general, my input and your input. Fans Player of the Year is pretty self-explanatory. You guys picked that one. Most Improved is picked by you guys, as well as Signing of the Season. And then Goal of the Season, there'll be a link in the description to a poll on Twitter where you can go and vote for your Goal of the Season. But of course, I will need to show you those goals first, so don't go and vote yet. But do by all means go and follow me on Twitter, because it'd be great to have you over there. And do make sure you come and join me on stream as well, be that on Twitch or on YouTube, on the Chesnoid Live YouTube channel, so you can check out all of the content in its entirety from start to finish and see every minute of every session and every game that we play. Right, well, without any further ado, we should start with I'm just going to work my way down the list as I usually do. Your Player of the Year for Season 3 in this save is... Benny is back with another 10 gifted subs. Simples, MG, The Horned God, Jurgen, Felipe, DJG, Mardifar, Keegan, Savvy, and Losing Streak. Welcome to the gang. Thank you, Benny. Very much indeed. You've gifted, close to 100 subs in the past month, which has been phenomenal support, and I can't thank you all. You're single-handedly keeping me going, sir. $167 total, yes. I didn't get a chance to play the new FC Reynolds. No, I was busy over the weekend and wasn't able to get the time to actually get game time with it. Unfortunately. So I don't really have anything to add, I'm afraid. It's very kind of you, Benny. Thank you, mate. Right, who did we say we were going to give Player of the Season to? Young player was Kirk. Fans player was Kellen Watts. Player of the Season was going to be Ben Osborne, wasn't it? I think Ben gets Player of and... Signing of. Benny could be the signing of the season too, yeah, you're not wrong. No spoilers, Caster. Well, I mean, if you watch this, me record this episode, it will get spoiled, but the season finale video goes live in 2.5 hours' time. Dylan Dodds could have most improved, actually. Although Jack Stevens is a mixture, isn't it? Jack Stevens probably deserves it too. Actually, do I give player of the season to Kirk and then young player of the season can go to Dylan Dodds? That's an idea, isn't it? No spoilers, but I signed Mbappe, yeah. Afternoon, Paolo. Your player of the season for this third year is none other than Kelland Watts, the man that we brought in as to replicate the Cambridge United signing in real life, was instrumental in our defensive efforts to stay in the league. There's your spoiler. Kelland Watts played a total of 49 games. He was an ever-present in every single championship game this season. All 46 games played, picked up 2 goals as well, including a very impressive header in a vital moment in the run-in. And Kelland Watts epitomised the grit and determination of the entirety of the defensive unit to keep us in the division. We did score goals at the other end, and they were important too, but most crucially, when it came to it, we kept some clean sheets at the end of the season and drove the defensive effort forward to ensure that we survived in the Championship and will be at that level again for Season 4. He grew by 3 from 68 to 71 in this season with us, joined us for a nominal fee of about £1.5 million, there or thereabouts, and, well, worth every single penny and played almost every single minute as well. A fully deserved player of the season for Season 3. No worries, Carl. Catch it a bit, mate. Make this smaller, actually. So it actually fits on the screen. There-ish. Stevens, Bennett, Okadina, Andrew, Digger, Cousins, Brophy, Thomas, Kai, Fajiri. Yeah, sounds like a good team from last season. Player of the season could have gone a number of different ways this year. However, young player of the year kinda only really goes one way, doesn't it? And you guys were very adamant that it should go one way. You can probably put 2 and 2 together, to be completely honest, to find out who young player of the season was. Young player of the season was indeed, of course, none other than Kirk Henderson. 19 years of age, 45 games played, not 46, but the man that grew so well that he earned himself the captain's armband, such was his importance to the side this year. And he played all but one game, 45, because only 1 goal and no assists. So that tells you exactly the role that Kirk Henderson plays in this side. And it speaks volumes that in a relegation battle season, the player of the year and young player of the year are both defence-minded, defensive priority players. Obviously, a centre-back is solely defensive priority, and Kirk Henderson was in there as the CDM alongside perhaps a little bit more freedom of a role in the centre mid alongside him in Luke Berry and then subsequently Ben Osborne. But he grew by +4 this year, of course, because he won an award last year as well. And Kirk Henderson, for the 2nd year in a row, I believe, actually, if I bring the spreadsheet up, a 2nd year in a row, wins Young Player of the Season. Congratulations, Kirk. That was pretty overwhelming in the response in the comment section. To be fair, he could very well have won Player of the Year as well, but it was a a cross-up between a number of different players for Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year, but Kelland Watts edged it, and there was no other shoe-in other than Kirk Henderson for Young Player of the Year. Fans Player of the Year is a tough one as well. Fans Player of the Year, it has to be Kirk too. Send me something on Twitter. Your USS Voyager. Jesus, Cole, how long did it take to build that? Cole's recreated Star Trek in Starfield. It's cool as fuck. That must take forever to walk around, surely. Unbelievable, Hefe. It's pretty sick, to be fair. An hour and a half. That's actually nowhere near as long as I thought it would have taken you to make that. Now, Fans Player of the Year was actually quite heavily one-sided as well. There are a couple of options that could have been. Last season's Fans Player of the Year was James Brophy. I think that might have been for the second year in a row, actually. James Brophy winning Fans Player of the Year. Brophy won Player of the Year in Season 1 and Fans Player of the Year in Season 2. But Fans Player of the Year this year was not James Brophy. In fact, spoiler alert, James Brophy isn't winning a single award this year. But in this third season, your Fans Player of the Year, again, has gone for a second. I'll start that again because I wasn't quick enough with the switch. See you in a bit, Cole. Now, the Fans Player of the Year was heavily weighted also. The Player of the Season could have gone a number of ways. Young Player of the Season was very much obvious. And Fans Player of the Year was pretty strongly weighted as well. There were a handful of names that were quite regular, but there was one that stood out more so than any others. So your Fans Player of the Year is a man that you will know very well indeed because he just won Young Player of the Year as well. It's Kirk Henderson. Again, you guys love this guy. Through our youth system, he's one of our own, and you guys adore him in our midfield. He's been the rock that's held the midfield together for 18 months now or so in game, and will continue to do so in the Championship next season as we look to have him continue to grow and hopefully guide us eventually to the Premier League is the plan. So Player of the Season, Kelland Watts, and sweeping up Young Player and Fans Player of the Year, it's one of our own Kirk Henderson. Arsenal's away kit. I haven't seen any Arsenal's away kit stuff. Nikola Milenkovic has signed for Forest from Fiorentina. I think Ben alluded to that earlier. Someone in chat alluded to it earlier. It may have been Ben. I did, Ben, yes. No, Kirk will still only be allowed to grow by 4, Adam. Plus, maybe plus 5. An extra +1 for each award won. Shay Cahill, son of Tim, has signed for Forest Academy. Has he really? Now, most improved player could well have gone to Kirk Henderson as well, because he grew by more ratings than anyone else in our side, but mainly only because he won an award last year, so he was allowed to grow by +4 rather than +3 like everybody else in the squad. So it would be kind of cheating. Also, Sam Forrest grew by +8, but that was because he was on loan, not because he put the performances in for us to earn that most improved role. It was kind of just gifted to him because the game is the game. And there were a number that could be in for most improved. Special shout out to Dylan Dodds, who worked his way into the starting lineup with an improvement in his performances. However, ultimately, I think it can really only go one way. It would only be fair for most improved to go one way, and that is to the man that earned his starting spot back again by improving his performances. And again, with a relegation season, it's a defensive side of the pitch player, Jack Stephens. He's been our number 1 for the majority of the save. When Ingram first came in, after Stephens had a little bit of a dodgy start to the year, we replaced him. Ingram took that number 1 shirt and ran with it for a little while before Jack Stephens got a couple of opportunities and grasped them. And to be fair, when Stephens wasn't performing at the beginning of the season, it was more because we were trialling different formations and were conceding a lot of goals and different tactics, and it didn't really work. We partially put some of the blame upon Jack Stephens that might have been a little bit harsh to have done so. Once we went back to tried and tested 4-2-3-1 wing play, Jack was back and improved with his performances throughout the course of the year. Like I say, special mention to Kellen Watts for being one of the most improved players by +3 this year and rock solid. Kirk Henderson, of course, up 4 as well. And you guys really enjoyed seeing Dylan Dodds break into the starting lineup. 6 goals, 5 assists for him this season. 11 contributions in 32 games. For a winger, 1 in 3 is actually really not that bad at all. And at just 19 years of age, Dylan Dodds will be the go-to right-sided midfielder for us for next season as well. That is for damned sure. So most improved goes to not Dylan Dodds as we're on him here, but our number 1, as he will be as we move into next season, Jack Stephens. Thank you for the 69 bits, Benny. You are indeed the most mature man on the planet. Jackie! Morning, Joe. So with one award left to give right now, before we move on to the goal of the season vote, it's signing of the season. Now, just as young player of the year was pretty obvious, I'm not going to delve and wait on it. You already know. You already know who signing of the season is going to be. Oh, we actually changed his position, didn't we? I was scrolling looking for him in centre mid. It's Ben Osborne. It had to be Ben Osborne, the man that came in when we needed some direction and a little bit of leadership. And boy, did he grab the team, the squad, the entire club by the scruff of the neck and drag us to survival. The post hit a couple of episodes ago was, at the time, it shook us to our core. It shook the comment section to its core as well. You guys were just as heartbroken as I was in the moment that Ben Osborne hit the post in the manner in which he did. And there were multiple comments reflecting as such. Some saying that it hurt your souls to see him hit the post with that left-footed strike. Ultimately, we were able to get the job done. And even though he didn't score an important goal on that occasion, he very much did on a number of other occasions. It couldn't have gone to anyone else this year. It just absolutely had to be Ben Osborne for signing of the season. There will be a big turnover of players between Season 3 and Season 4, just as there was between Season 2 and Season 3. So we are going to see players, well, I can show you all those that are running out of contract. Ingram, Sema, Berry, Zeno, Job, Cousins, Rafferty, Kingsley. They're going back to their parent clubs of Silla, Alves and Keelian Good. They're all going. That's, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players of our 33-man squad gone before we've even begun the transfer window. We're, of course, looking to sell Adam Clarkson as well. We're potentially going to move on Liam Lee if bids come in as well. There's a lot happening. A hell of a lot happening at the end of the season. So there's potentially going to be more players leaving too. And, of course, incomings by the bucket load when we get to Season 4. But there's one award left to hand out. But you guys need to vote for it. So let me show you your 4 nominees for Goal of the Season. Right. Now I need episode 6. Please? Episode 6. For it, Dylan Dodds. Who cares about Huddersfield, Ipswich and Millwall have also lost. So the gap is still... Not today! Cassini Engi, Cambridge 1, Luton 0. Brown's there again. Through that gap could be Lasse Sørensen. Through that gap could be Cassini Engi. Ben Osborne from range. It's on target. I forgot how much I exploded for that. Benny's added to his 69 bits with some more 420 Blaze It bits as well. Thank you, mate. Very kind of you, dude. I'm trying to think of other numbers that are kind of internet famous. I'm probably showing my age because we haven't seen, or it hasn't really been a thing for a number of years. But do you remember Leet? Do you remember Leet 1337? A number of you probably weren't as active enough on the internet to remember Leet. But I think Benny's more my age. Benny might well remember. Fainan remembers as well. Yeah, I saw the Cavan Sullivan thing. Annoyingly, I do. Yeah, sorry, mate. Basically, can't remember how old you are, Benny. Remember. Do you remember? I saw Cavan Sullivan come off the bench. Youngest, not just the youngest player to ever play in the MLS by 13 days over Freddie Adu. He's the youngest debutant in all of North American history. All sports. The youngest debut by anyone in any sport in the history of North American sport. I don't know if he's any good. You presume he's pretty good. We'll wait and see how his career develops. Right. Where does this highlight begin? That's a free kick. Free kick. Earlier in the season, our first goal at this level. Ooh, was the Steve Kingsley free kick. We nearly scored another. I'm going to put me down here, actually. Hello. He won't be on FC25, Jamie's too young. Yeah, decent. Thank you, Chris. Hope you're well, mate. Your first option for goal of the season, in fact, options 1, 2 and 3 all came in the same episode. There's been a bit of a theme so far in the 3 seasons we've done to this point for the goal of the season. Each year, there have been multiple goals from the same episode, maximising itself this year with 3 of 4. Maybe in season 4, every single nominee will come from the same episode. This one was a very important goal at the time. This win against Luton, as Benny gifts one bit, this win against Luton was one of the catalysts to turn our season around. And of course, the man that scored the goal to begin that catalyst was your signing of the season. This is how he picked the club and squad up by the scruff of the neck and dragged us towards safety. Picks the ball up here and well. When I watched that back for the first time, I'd forgotten how slightly mental I went when it went in. That left-footed strike was sensational. From the edge of the box, whipping it into the bottom corner. He did indeed help keep us here. Against a side as good as Luton, and, alright, facials, and a goal of that quality, there was no way that this couldn't have been on the list. I changed scenes, Benny, so that my camera's down here. Right, Sunderland. Shitting. Where's the Sunderland game? Jack Stevens with his feet. This in the first half. Stevens makes nil. Oh my God! I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. Stevens has been decent in this game. He needs to keep it up longer term. Kusini Yengi's been finding his goal-scoring form recently. He's only gone and bloody done it again. Cambridge 1, Sunderland 0. Was this the team goal? Oh my God! We're not doing... Mackenzie. And Waxley and away. Was I too hasty to replace Jack Stevens? This was the one that was just a full team move, wasn't it? Burstow. Stevens makes the save. Ah, there you go. There's delete. Cheapskate. No, you don't need to. Absolutely not. You would have been just like handing over another tenner. It's just not necessary. A water dispenser or a carbonation machine? It's just a bottle, mate. I just put bottled water in it. It's just big. Now, last season we had a solo run in the goal of the season from Alex Grieve. This year, it's not one individual that makes this. It's the entirety of the team move. This one came in the same episode as we mentioned, and against a side that we very much didn't expect to beat either. We start actually with them having an effort, and technically the move starts with the goalkeeper. Mackenzie into Watts. That's 3 people involved. Liam Lee is a 4th. Brophy is a 5th. Henderson is a 6th. Here on the outside comes Mackenzie again. 6 players involved in this move so far. Into Henderson again. And Liam Lee again. Then to Osborne 7. And into Kusini Yengi 8. From back to front, 8 of the 11 involved. That was Man City-esque, was the comment that suggested it for the goal of the season. And I hadn't, because I was in the process of commentating the whole thing at the time, I hadn't actually truly acknowledged the quality of that move until it was pointed out to me. Almost the entire team, from quite literally one baseline to the other, from back to front, away from home at the Stadium of Light against one of the strongest sides in the division to give us back-to-back victories for the first time in the season. This is where we started to show that little bit of quality, that spark. Osborne got the assist because of course he did, to help us start to believe that we could actually pull the Great Escape off. And we did. Okay. And then Dylan Dodds against Sunderland in the same game. Who cares about there not being much finish? Good. Lovely. Good. Super. Oh, for fuck's sake, Benny. We're going on holiday to Cornwall later in the year. I might have to pop into Plymouth on the way back and give you some of your money back. Come for some tapas. Just started FM and it's very overwhelming. Any tips on how to learn how to play it quickly? A, there are plenty of YouTube tutorials. B, the best thing you can do is delegate a lot of the responsibility to your staff, meaning that effectively you can play it in a way that you pick the 11, you buy and sell players, and that's about it if you would like to. So check the staff responsibilities area of the game, and you'll be able to let a lot of your staff do a lot of the background stuff, so it's not quite so overwhelming. And that's a way to really streamline the process. You might not own the tapas place for much longer. Long story, fair enough. Maybe I won't then. I'm not going to give someone else your money. Not sure yet, Ryan. We just know we're headed that way. Stevens didn't even try. Crompton. Actually, was this? Did I win this back and then got the other end? We did. Superb. Stevens didn't even try. Your third option comes from the same game, and we've had that before as well. We had 2 goals in the same game in Season 1. This is in the same episode. Dodds starts to move off, and Dodds will end the move as well. This is where he really burst onto the scene, Micah Richards-esque. Cutting inside the defender and slamming it into the top corner. We've had one effort that was just all about the team, one effort that was all about the finish, and one effort that was instrumental in the emergence of a player that very nearly won Most Improved Player of the Season. This was the making of Dylan Dodds, even though he almost made his career at Cambridge United last season when he scored a decent goal. That was the one that made the ultimate difference, that saw him cement himself in the starting lineup. Shut up, Ches. No, Adam, I didn't have the time over the weekend. We're only allotted a couple of days to play some, and I was unfortunately unavailable to play it during that period. Right, what episode was the thing in Kusini Yengi? Episode 11. A stunning overhead kick. We literally named the episode after it. So. Welcome back to the realistic road to glory, where the struggle to survive continues. Was it Wednesday? 12 games remaining of this championship season. We start with Norwich. Valuable set of 3. Not already below. Oh, that's Derby. Millwall will be the last one. Fucking Benny again, isn't it? Thank you, Benny, for the 5 gifted subs on your way out the door. Mikada Boss, Motor Magpie, Brendy Ham, Exuberant Sloth, and Jers. Welcome to the gang, everyone. We could get a bit of a love heart spam in chat for Benny. That would be very much appreciated. He's dropped some fantastic support again for the channel today. Single-handedly, I think, doubling my income from Twitch for this month. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. Ben with all the love hearts for Benny. And some thumbs up too. Right. Whereabouts was this? It's just near it, that'd be lovely. What are you giving a free kick for that? Oh yeah. Really well I started to lose it a little bit, didn't I? In front of goal. Off the bench from... Keep it in play. Deliver a good ball. Oh! Could be known as bankrupt Benny soon. I have Southampton. Yeah, I like the look of it, actually. Much better than last year's kit. Or was it the year before when it looked kind of pajama-y? I can't remember. But the new Saints kit looks nice. I like the away kit too, the yellow one. The 4th goal for goal of the season is the one you've probably been waiting for, more so than anything else. This is the one that's more of the individual stunner.
Ben Osborne's was just a very, very good goal. This one is the one that's out of the ordinary, the extraordinary. It comes from Kusini Yengi. It's against Millwall. We were 1-0 down at the time, and we were able to get ourselves level with this. Brown gets down the line and stands it up.
Oh my God, Kusini Yengi is back. Goal of the season contender for sure. Probable winner anyway.
There you go. That's what we thought at the time. And to be honest, at the end of the season, I think that's probably how I see it going. Season 1, I thought there was a bit of a standout candidate. Season 2, no, there wasn't really a standout candidate for Season 2. But Season 3, I think that might be the standout candidate. By all means, don't just vote for it because I said I think it might win. Last season, I think I said one that I thought might win, and actually it didn't. It was Marcus Brown that won goal of the season last year. But that from Kusini Yengi is right up there with some of the best goals we've scored in the entire save so far. We actually had an overhead kick scored against us in Football Manager, which is now back on the second channel, if you wanted to check it out, plug. But it's very rare that I actually pull something out of the bag myself in that regard. One that stands out in the mind is FIFA 19 overhead kick for Emmanuel Sabi. That went down in folklore on the channel because he didn't score for something like 30 games and then popped up with an overhead kick for his first goal for the club. Might be 19 games. Still a bloody long time for a brand new striker. Kusini Yengi's been scoring goals for us throughout the save. It took him a while to get going in the Championship, but when he did get going, he did put the ball in the back of the net. Whether he stays as our starting striker for next season, we don't yet know. That's where you guys will come in and the transfer window will develop itself literally later on today as you watch the first episode of Season 4. But that's all for this end of season award ceremony. Thank you very much for watching. To recap then, your player of the season is Kelland Watts. Your young player of the season is Kirk Henderson. Your fans player of the season is also Kirk Henderson. Most improved, Jack Stevens. Signing of the season, Ben Osborne. And goal of the season to be confirmed by the vote that's ongoing over on Twitter right now. There's a link to it in the description down below. Let me know which way you voted in the comment section. Let me know what you think I should do in the transfer window for Season 4. And keep your eyes peeled for episode 1 of Season 4 a little bit later on this afternoon. That's all from me for now. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in a couple of hours' time. And stop record. I'm just going to put this in here because, quite frankly, I think that's going to win. Did I spell it right? Yeah. Marcus Brown has definitely had a hand in a number of the goals of the season. Yeah, absolutely, mate. What did I put it down as a? Have I got that saved as an extra picture? No, but I can just. Yeah, all right. No, Fez, I know what I'm doing. Let me save that footage then as end of Season 3 awards. Now, if you'll bear with me, we will just quickly edit that and then we'll be able to upload it whilst we switch to Football Manager a little bit, or for the rest of the day, effectively. We're going to be recording probably at least 2, if not 3 FM episodes today. In theory, I can edit the FM episodes just as quickly as I can the FC episodes, so we may look to edit the FC stuff on stream as well. If you don't mind, but we'll play that one by ear. This is kind of a test period for FM whilst I figure out whether for 25 I'm going to do it myself on stream or whether I'm going to send it to Chris. K-Mag to leave Haas at the end of the season. Breaking news from the Formula One world. Okay, I've got something on my whiteboard here as well. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Kieran, thank you for the 60th month. My guy's got a brand new 5-year badge with that. 44 months in a row as well. Absolute hero. Thank you, pal. This literally shouldn't take 5 minutes to edit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome there with one of, if not perhaps in this save, is. Why is that all zoomed in? Benny! Back with another 10 gifted sub. Your player of the season for this 3rd year, in by +4 this year, of course, because he won an award. Your player of the season for this for this 3rd year is none other than brought in as to replicate the Cambridge United. Is your player of the season for this 3rd year is none other than your player of the season for this 3rd year, a fully deserved player of the season for season 3. Player of the could have gone a number of different ways this year. However, young player of the year, who is solely defensive priority, and Kirk. Now, fans player row, I believe, actually, if I bring the spreadsheet up, than Kirk Henderson for young player of the year. Probably put 2 and 2 together to be good. So well that volumes. Brophy 1 was heavily weighted and the fans of the year was heavily one, and you guys and fans player of the year, it's one of our own, Kirk Henderson. He's one of our own. Player of the season is Benny. Yeah, literally. Benny. Yeah, good, thank you, Mike. Although I am a bit sunburned. Fucking knackered from all the walking, to be honest. Well, because he man on the planet. Improved player could well most improved player now 4 rather than +3. Proved that Ersive side replaced it was back next season. Jack Stevens. So with one award left to give right now, right now before we move on. So with one award left to give right for it. So let me show you your 4 nominees for goal of the season. Your first option, goal of the season. In fact, option there as many gifts 1 bit. This and dragged us towards safety. Have been on the list. We had a solo run. Now last season we had a solo run. I believe that we could pull the Great Escape off. And we did. Just started FM and it's very overwhelming. It comes from the same, your third option comes from the same game, and we've got a love heart spamming chat. Cement himself in the starting lineup. There you go, that's what we thought. The 4th goal of the season is the one the 4th goal for goal of the season is the one you've probably been waiting for. There you go, Finn. More so than anything else. This is the one that's more of the individual stunner. Ben Osborne. We'll have to wait and see, won't we, Chronicle? Goal. This one is the one that's out of the order. A bit later on this afternoon. See you in a couple of hours' time.
Le Bosch, Le Bing, Le Bam, Le Wash. Adrien Rabiot is leaving Juventus as a free agent, apparently. So that we can remove now. Pardon me. Right, let me just change the... See, I could just back out of this, can I? You've just timed it well enough, Lewis, that you're not going to get spoilers because I'm coming off FC now. The season finale goes live at 3 o'clock this afternoon, so in 2 hours' time. We just recorded the award ceremony, so you've managed to just avoid all spoilers. Season finale goes live in 2 hours' time on the main channel. We are going to switch to Fußball Manager Cambridge GS4. Okay. Change that behind me. Say. Cambridge CG. Oh, I can turn that heart thing on. I've had it attached to my chest the whole time. There's no point really having a heart monitor on for an end of season award ceremony, is there? Boom, boom. Right, I'm just gonna go and have a quick toilet break. I might grab some lunch as well, but I won't do a whole go offline and come back online. I'll just switch to the BRB screen. I'll be back live. I'll be back with you in about 10 minutes, if that's okay, and then we shall FM for the rest of the day for the next 5 hours or so. Lovely. BRB. Still at the end of the season awards thing, lol. Just Max and Pirelli.
Hello.
Joe and Matthew, thank you very much for the resubscriptions. Joe, I'm pretty sure you're down as to the community, aren't you? I think actually. I check my spreadsheet. JW. What are you on my list? Are you on my list?
Wait, what?
Why are you not on my list, Joe? You shouldn't be doing your own subscription whilst you're on the Patreon at the VIP tier, unless you cancelled your. Well, I'm pretty sure you're still active, aren't you, Joe? Audience. Yeah. That's weird. Let me correct that. I apologise, Joe. I should be gifting your sub. Oh me. I don't know why. It's cancelled now, so we can just. I don't know why you're not on the list. Right, so let me. Where are you? Where are you now? Did you just pay just now, or was that your anniversary? Does your date run out on the 18th? Was that a brand new sub right now? I'll have to go through the Patreon and update everything. So the plan for the rest of the day, effectively, is FM. Got November, December. We might just make it to January. Should be there. Right, fair enough. Consider it updated then. I apologise. Matthew, 46 months. Thank you, mate. That's very good of you, dude. 2 away from 4 years now. Tasker, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Welcome to the channel. Right, actually, I need to just turn that down a little bit because it can get a bit over domineering on the FM video. There we go. Let me pause that. So actually there was an FM video, I wonder how that's doing. There was an FM video, the return of Football Manager went live on the second channel at midday. As expected, it hasn't gone tremendously. Actually, I need to download this. The season finale for Formula 1, because that needs to go live tomorrow. Actually, I might leave that there because I need to. F1. Let's make the F1 thumbnail quickly. For Abu Dhabi. I'm going to need Abu. Actually, no, UAE flag.
save. Okay. UAE flag PNG. Let's do this. Do 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 do. What one were you using? Was it this one? It was either that one. I think it will use this one. I think that McLaren should be, positioned quite well. We've asked Dan to update the thumb to make it Ferrari orientated now, of course. Oh, I'm an idiot. I've done that without actually changing that to say 24. I can't remember how we... I might just do season 2, episode 1. Rather than part 25. Maybe we do part 25, I don't know. I never know how best to... Like with FM and with... Actually, with FM, I've just been going part 42, part 43, part 40... Whereas on... No, not one way to do it at all. On FC, you do kind of like season 1, season 2, season 3, and you have like more episode 1s. Correct union, sorry, a correct onion. Learn to read, Ches. Thank you for the 7th month, mate. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I think seasons work better. Right, okay. Now we can FM. Record. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Football Manager. We start today with the month of November. We will probably get the whole of the month of November in today. Just the 4 games. Burnley, Queen's Park Rangers, Leicester City and Bristol City. We may even get the first game of December played today as well with Portsmouth, depending on how things go. We're planning on recording a couple of episodes in this particular recording session, so we may get as far as the January transfer window over the next couple of episodes, but we'll just play it by ear and see how things go. We'll start with Burnley away. We started the last episode with a couple of good victories, and then it fell away from us a little bit. But quite clearly our home form is significantly better than our away form. And I wonder if that's actually reflected in the championship table. You can see, if I go stages. Overall, we are 15th. Our home record would have us up in about 10th. And our away record would have us down near the bottom. So yeah, we're definitely better at home than we are away. And in the upcoming fixtures, it's just bouncing home, away, home, away, home, away. Which it tends to... do the majority of the time. So fingers crossed we can get some good results, but we're not anticipating massively good results. We are missing top goal scorer Jay Stansfield now for 3 games through suspension because he got himself sent off in the last game against Derby, which was lovely. So I'd like to have him back as soon as possible, but we're not going to have him for a little while. So we're going to need other players to step up and fill that void, which hopefully they will be able to do. Goalkeeper Rizzo is out injured for another 2 weeks or so, so he's not going to be back for a little while. But we're 5 points from the playoffs. We're 5 points from the relegation zone. We want to at least stay in this division next year. So let's get ourselves a little bit further to doing that, shall we? Drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save, though. Thank you for your support on its return to the channel. We will, of course, have lots of FM25 content for you when it comes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on this or the F1 stuff that obviously continues to come to you too. And come and join me on stream and see all of it behind the scenes. Links in the description to the YouTube live streaming channel and to the Twitch channel where we do all of our live streaming. So I'm going to jump from now probably till the Burnley game, and I shall see you at Turf Moor. João Pedro Gonçalves. We looked at loaning him, didn't we? But decided against it in the end. Max Cornet is a free agent. I've got a lot of wingers already, though. That's the thing. With Cabal and Twine and Johnston and Caddy and Moanta, I don't really need. Especially for nearly 20 grand a bloody week. It's probably going to be a no. Ah, Daniel, it's telling me that your subscription has run out. Which it shouldn't have. Where are you? Daniel. See, now you're down as the 19th, and on the 18th it's timed out. So maybe some more of those that say 19th are actually genuinely the 18th. Oh, that's confusing now. Right, let me just gift you a sub. What's your read your message? You're going to make a decision you're going to drive for Mercedes with Hamilton on driver career next season. If Ferrari are secret meeting with you, then you're going to try and get talks to them because you've tried 2 times to meet with Ferrari, but no luck. That's fair enough. You do whatever you feel is best for you, Daniel. Quite happy for you to do that, mate. Well, let's check a couple of the other 19ths then. If you'll allow me the luxury. Okay. So these 19ths are now needing to be done. We should just did it on the same day of the month rather than it being for 30 days. It was just like, okay, on the 2nd of the month. It's Creator Series tomorrow. So it'll be Creator Series in the stream tomorrow. We will more than likely have the return of F1 Career Mode on Sunday. Still waiting for the thumbnail to be updated. I don't want to record too much without the capability to actually upload the videos. So we'll hold off for now on our first race at Ferrari, but at the very latest we'll do it on Sunday. Just done, Daniel. Entered, you says, to the community, but I would rather gift it to him directly, considering he's paid for it. There's James as well. Yeah, literally, this is basically me reinvesting the money that Benny gifted to us earlier on, isn't it? But everyone that's on the Patreon has, in theory, I'm not eligible. What? Why am I not eligible to make this purchase? What are you talking about? Let me try a different one. Joe, we've done. Let's do Michael. That's weird. Why in the world would I not be eligible to make that purchase? Unless Joe has it set that people can't gift him subs. Joe must have. Sorry, Jay. Jay must have in his settings that I physically can't gift him a sub. Nathan's is already done. Or it won't let me do Nathan. Nathan's might genuinely be the 19th. We did Sean earlier. Okay. We're up to date again. We're up to date again. I mean, Cornet I'll add to the shortlist because he might be someone we could utilise in a future season. Just not necessarily right there for us at the moment, is he?
thread. Here we go. Yeah, and then we can empty that folder as well. Do you think Maxwell Cornet could be a player we could utilise in a later season? I'm not sure. I really don't know. It's Fernando Augusto. Supposedly, well, decent mentals. 18 years of age. Now, Chaibi is very good, but he's going to be too good for us. He would be very interested in a loan, though. Middlesbrough want him. I mean, if I could get Chaibi on loan, that's probably too good to turn down, isn't it? Let's go release clause. Oh, domestic clubs only at 37 million. If we do end up losing Shola Shortire, then Faris Chaibi could be a very good replacement. James Connolly? He's only 5'11", though. Dimata, he's quick, right? Yeah, Anderlecht is where I remember Dimata from. Wanted by a lot of sides. That's a no for me for Xavier. Ollie Sawyer. Okay. Okay. Let's just crack on then, shall we? Burnley away is going to be a really difficult game. We're 15th, I think, aren't we? Yes, it's 15th versus 16th. Annual fee paid to us by Manchester City. Thank you, lads. What's the situation with the ground at the minute? It's been upgraded, right? Oh, there you go. Planned stadium works. 2,580 seating capacity expansion. Completion date in December. Well, we should get that completed in this episode then. Mikey's goal was actually in Golden Month. Paul Thompson on loan from Cambridge. Millie probably could put the new kits together if I asked him. I haven't asked. It's not the forefront of my priority at the minute to get the new kits in FM. Alright, fair enough. Recommend me a signing, please, Charlie. Yeah, Algerian. Cabell's had a great start to life with us. What did we pay? 2.1. Now valued at 11 to 13. Oof. He's had a great season so far. You've reached full effectiveness in a set piece routine. Alright, lovely. Didn't know that was a thing. Ryan Mason has taken the Coventry job. It's intriguing. Is Ryan Mason in management at the minute, IRL?
He obviously was Spurs manager for a time. Let's have a look. Because his history will be here, won't it? No, just hired as Derby manager in save, and then sacked, and hired at Burnley and sacked. Now hired at Cov. Wants me to start Finn at right back over Mandy. Finn Stevens is very good, has been performing well. Owen Beck is our player though, and I'd want to focus on him at left back. And Mandy, with continued first team experience, could get better and better still yet. So I'm going to stick with the squad as it is. I'm tempted to put Warren Caddy up top over Moanta actually. Caddy contract runs out the end of the season. Yeah, I'm quite happy for Caddy to leave. Actually, no, I think we should go with Moanta. Burnley just hired Sean Dyche back in save. Yeah, no, I can't. There's no point appealing against that, is there? Sabanda's been called up by Zimbabwe. Go on, lad. Macaulay Bonne. He's bagged goals in this save in League 2 for Gillingham. Macaulay Bonne apparently pretty solid. Muscat. Is it Salford still? Right, only one change for this game against Burnley, in that Moanta is in for the suspended Jay Stansfield. It's been asking me, my assistant's been asking me to start Finn Stevens ahead of Mandy at right back, but I'm quite keen to focus on players that play for me, not those that are in on loan from other clubs. So we will prioritise our own players. Mandy and Beck, both in their early 20s, so with scope to grow. We want to try and get them to grow if we can. Sean Dyche has recently been reappointed at Burnley in this save now, and well, there'll be a handful of players there that will be familiar with from his time there actually. So I'd like to see a better performance than we got against Derby. That seems to have gone down the right way, but away from home at Turf Moor against a side that strong, I don't know how well this one could go. We might have a couple of fixes where we don't look like we're going to get what we would like to from the game in today's episode and in the next couple. I still feel like we're underdogs really in the how we had the season we had last year. I've absolutely no idea. I still feel like we're underdogs in the division, and continually just survival at championship level should be considered a victory for us in these first few seasons at this particular level. Oh, we're going to get a pen? No, Moanta just missed the chance. He should have buried that. Won't get a better one, or a more clear-cut one all afternoon, I don't think. Still 0-0 in these opening stages. Kuipers to Amdouni. Amdouni to Koleosho. Nice challenge, but Amdouni will bury nonetheless. Zeki Amdouni with his 4th goal of the season. Really convincingly tucked away into the bottom corner. And at Turf Moor, the home side have the lead. That's the calibre of player we do not have available to us at the minute. It won't be the same on PC, it'll be slightly cheaper on PC. Corner floated, Stevens up, Kelly saves, scrambled away. I haven't seen definitively what has and has not been announced yet, Mike. So I'm hesitant to comment without having watched the press conference myself yet. I think it's really working with Shortar being an advanced playmaker rather than an attacking midfielder. At least against Derby and Burnley it hasn't worked. Maybe we need to give it a bit more of a chance, but nice tackle by Mandu. Oh, it's going to be a mistake, isn't it? Yeah, Kuipers, Berries, yep. Hugo Kuipers also scores his 4th goal of the season. And that's a mistake from our back line. And you will get punished every time for mistakes like that. That's just shit. There's no other word for it. It's just shit. The new game will be 25, Sparks. The current game is 24. Got a corner in stoppage time to maybe get a consolation goal, but no. Arian B's header goes over the bar. Time will disappear from us. It might even be time for a second Burnley goal. Sorry, a third Burnley goal to give us a second 3-0 defeat in a row. Although we have won it back. Fiorini trying to make the impact off the bench. Johnson's had a poor game so far, but will get an assist to give us the consolation goal. If only we could have done that slightly earlier than the 94th minute, maybe we might have gotten something from this game. A decent comeback of sorts, but too little, too late, unfortunately. I'll try and keep morale up, and appeared positively chuffed. It's the most English sounding response you could possibly have gotten there. Unfortunately drops us from 15th to 16th and slightly closer to the relegation zone. I think the playoffs are going to be just quite simply out of touch for us this season, but we're not really prioritising that at the minute, are we? None of their business. We're going to plough on and try and get a result in the next game instead. Now Lundstrom's suspended. Lovely. Can maybe do with another CDM. FC's out at the end of September. Oh, the FM deal might well have expired now. It has. So I'll have to let me take exclamation mark sale out of commission, so to speak. Custom exclamation mark sale. And then there was a timer for sale as well, I think. Yeah, let's deactivate or disable that because it's not currently still on sale. Yeah, I've got plenty of midfielders that are forward thinking. I mean, Fiorini at the minute is playing well enough to start ahead of Scholler, in all honesty. I'd be genuinely tempted if we can get Fiorini firing to sell Scholler in the January transfer window. We sort that tactically as well. So Diop's going to go back to deep line playmaker, attacking midfielder there, but I'm actually going to start Luis Fiorini. Right, that should have fixed that. Let me just, here you go. Put FN24 back in the title. Oh, I'm not going to talk about Briançon. I think going to cause more dressing room upset, isn't it? Trying to loan out George Hoddle, but no one seems interested in him at the minute. I'd be tempted to try and loan out Morehouse for the rest of the season. He's played very well when he's come on. We just have better players. What did I just? Yeah, I just kick the cable out of my monitor. Bear with. What a cheesy moron. And we're back. You tit cheese. Haaland, Mbappe is apparently the best player in the world right now. Bukayo Saka, running down the wings, Saka. Mbappe's valued at 300 to 350 million, apparently. Haaland, not for sale, on 700 grand a week, Erling Haaland. Mbappe is on £800,000 a week. Saka 325, Bellingham 450. Vinny on 425. Camavinga. Damn, bruh! It's not seen as an ad, but you have, in effect, just promoted a rival of one of my affiliates, so I'd rather you didn't in future, if that's okay, Mr. Sparks. I know there was no intent there. Don't worry. Ah, Rizzo's back. That's good news. Then McConnell scored for the Irish he scored a hat-trick for the Irish under-21s against the Faroe Islands. Go on, Glenn, lad! Yellow card. Mike being the referee in chat. Smacker, thank you for the following YouTube, mate. Or subscription on YouTube. Appreciate it. Finn gets a goal for Wales against Iceland in a 3-1 defeat. Morehouse played in the same game as Glenn, and Dara Heffernan played for the Northern Irish under-21s as well. Yes, very pleased. Well done. Well done, Finley. What's the word I'm looking for? First Wales goal. Where's he on loan from? Brentford. I'm paying him £6,000 a week when he's on 15. He might. His contract expires at the end of the season. They do have the option to extend it by a year. But if they don't, I'd be interested in signing Finn Stevens permanently. Scott Parker takes the Leeds job. Are you kidding me? He's literally back 2 days from torn wrist ligaments, and he's pulled his thigh and he's out for another friggin' 2 weeks. What the bum holes? That is indeed rough. At least it's only 2 weeks and not 2 months. Oh, Sibanda made his... Oh no, he's got 5 caps, but he didn't have a very good game. They lost 4-0 to Morocco. But it's Morocco, so... You wouldn't expect Zimbabwe to challenge Morocco anyway, would you really? If you're being completely honest about it. Kyle Gordon supposedly has some promise. Daniel Pratt does not. I'm not TT, no. Had I been streaming a lot more FM this year, then maybe, but pressure building onward in Briançon drama. If he wants to go, he's more than welcome to go. I'm quite happy to sell him in January. I know a couple of guys that are, but I don't know what hasn't been announced yet. Jack with another very good performance for the Irish under-21s. Where do they play him? Just as in what role? I'd like to know what role. We play him at centre mid. Mamdi is now fluent in English. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, they put something out on Twitter, didn't they, with the second yellow card in it. Fucking hell, we've got little injuries popping up all over the place at the minute. It's really starting to get a bit annoying now. Well, Morehouse can have a start then. I'll still leave Scholler on the bench. Because form's just not been good enough. Dale Fry. Yes. I cannot afford, though. Would want 60 to 70 grand a week. Sure, I'll just pull that out of my back pocket, shall I? 60 to 70 grand a week. Can definitely afford that. Technically we can, but we shouldn't be paying it. Game 2 of the day is recommending a number of changes. We have left Diop out because he's slightly injured, which is annoying, but it is what it is. We're actually starting Fiorini at cam ahead of Shola Shortire because Shola's form has been non-existent this season. I'm genuinely considering cashing in on him in the summer. He does look very good. He is very good. He was very good last year, but this year it's just completely died, and I don't really know why. So we're not getting the better out of him at the minute. I need a new holding midfielder option because Lundstrom is suspended, and Lundstrom's my only holding midfield option at this present moment in time. Fiorini can play there. To be fair, he probably gets a 2.5 star there as he does everywhere else. So does he get 2.5? He gets 2 star. I'd rather have him slightly further forward. We'll play Briançon there for now. In fact, you know what? Bollocks to it. Let's just do that and put Scholler back in because I'd rather not play Briançon at this present moment in time. So Fiorini will start there. QPR at home is a winnable game for sure. But at the same time, as is with pretty much every game in this division right now, it's also very much a losable one. So it's time to put an end to our poor run of form. Back-to-back defeats is not great. No win in 4 is not great. QPR currently in 11th. We are currently in 16th. But our home form has been much better than our away. So we'll hope. So we make a mistake. Keeper comes through. It gets lost in no man's land. We go 1-0 down. We'll hope to get a better result, was what I was going to say. We might not, though. Lewis Miley on loan from Newcastle. I think we did look to loan Lewis Miley in this save, didn't we? And he turned us down. Could use more Canadians. I don't know if there's many Canadians that would be of quality, really. Jude was worth about 250 million, Ryan. I'm not sure about Phil Foden. It's been all QPR. It's just not been. It's just been a poor half. Scholes having another bad game. Mandy with a free kick. If we get an equaliser before half time, we don't necessarily deserve it, but we have got a penalty. Lewis Fiorini fouled. Taking the penalty from the spot will be Owen Beck, the left back. And it's saved by the goalkeeper. Probably justifiable, considering it didn't look like it was that much of a penalty, and quite frankly, we haven't really deserved anything from the game so far. So we will be 1-0 down at half-time, I imagine. Yes, indeed, we will. Bugger. Oh my God, it's a penalty to them. This is, I think, still in the same highlight from when we missed our penalty. They've gone up the other end. Now got a penalty of their own. Which Barlow buries. Sick. That's Patreon player Jordan Barlow scoring from the spot against us, showing Owen Beck exactly how you take a penalty. It's going to be a difficult second season in the Championship. Point finger, show me something different. You're all a bunch of shithouses. Good. 90 seconds into the second half. Very nearly 3-0. Is it really, John? Christ, Beck's coming off. He's just having an absolute fucking nightmare out there. Richie Larea is probably pretty decent, to be fair. Second game of the row, Mikey Johnson's had a bit of a dud game. Well, it's defeat again. It could have been oh so different if Owen Beck had buried the penalty, but even our home form can't save us on this occasion. We dropped slightly closer to the relegation zone. We've got 4th place Leicester away next, so I don't think we'll be making it anything other than 6 games without a win after this next fixture as well. This is season 4, Mike. Rafik Goitan. Let's put Portuguese on there, Estoril. That's where the Formula 1 track is, isn't it? Or Formula 1 track, Estoril. Right, Rizzo's back. Finn Stevens is going back in the starting lineup. Diop's fit again. Pick it up, Shola. I didn't say we were going to park the bus, did I? I said if it helps us win, we'd consider it. Still 4 points to the drop zone. Although 2 teams below us have a game. Oh, actually, no, we've played 18, not 19. It's these games here that just got played. Leeds lost to Blackburn. Preston drew with City. Plymouth lost to Ipswich. I'll be slightly worried about us going back down at the moment. I do think that we've got enough in the squad quality-wise to be able to stay up, but this Baldini guy looks really good. He has no interest in joining us, though, unfortunately. Just need Jay Stansfield back from suspension, really. That would help. Finn Stevens is going back in. Matteo Rizzo is going back in, but Stevens is going in place of Owen Beck, not of Mandy. Mandy's been pretty solid at right back. I have just had a word with Shola Shortire to tell him that his form needs to improve. Overall, the morale of the squad is indifferent at the moment, but there is quality in this side that can show itself, and we have to hope that it does sooner rather than later. However, this might not be the one where we actually pull it out the bag. Leicester away is just a game that I mean, we're going to lose, aren't we? Let's be honest. We're not going to beat around the bush. We were thrilled and very much shocked to get the win against Southampton, but this is only going to go one way, especially with the form we've been in recently. How many goal involvements for Shola Shortire this year? 0. First year he was with us 24. The next year he was with us 23. So far this year, none. Given away by Leicester. Given away by Cambridge United. Milovanovic, Januzun. 1-0 Leicester. I could have sworn I put Rizzo back in goal. Oh well, I must not have put Rizzo back in goal. 1-0 Leicester. What? I'm certain I put Rizzo back in goal. Oh well. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite us by the end of it. Oh my god, end of the game. Ilan Cabal has been one of our best players all season, and that shows you exactly why. That is a potential goal of the month candidate for the league, and certainly potentially a goal of the season candidate for the club. Cabal tries the ball in the middle, gets blocked, and then from there he's got no right to score, but Rui Silva can't keep it out. An immediate response for Cambridge. Lovely. And encourage. Jacko, thank you for the follow, mate. Amad Diallo in the box. Amad Diallo still in the box. Amad Diallo over the bar. Yeah, Cambridge signed Corey Smith yesterday, didn't they, Ryan? Or announced Corey Smith. I mean, I have to say I'm happy with it so far, but it's not been superb. They've made a change. Marcus Tavernier is on in place of Alvarado. Tavernier being played on the left-hand side of the front four. Very aggressively less. It's been an even game, though, to be fair. And for the time being, the scoreline still remains even. I hesitated to say anything there whilst the attacking highlight was ongoing for them. Shola I spoke to. And to be fair, it was a very good run from man out wide, Diop. And then a decent effort by Shola with no real other options. Has been a better performance from Shola Shortai so far. He's only on a 6.8, but that actually is one of the better performances he's put in so far this season, which just shows you how average he's been. Mwante to Mandy. Mandy deflected and cleared away. No second goal for us here, but so far we are actually holding our own. Mikey Johnson's going to have to come off here because he's not playing that well, but throw Scott Twine on instead. Hopefully he can offer a little bit more on the left-hand side. But better as an inside forward, so we'll play him as an inside forward instead, and maybe we can sneak something. A point is already better than we anticipated. Shola. Mandy. No goal yet. We haven't specifically looked for anyone yet, TT, but I would like to try and bring in another CDM, yes. Mavadidi. Januzun. 2-1 Leicester. His 12th goal of the season, and the side that are challenging for automatic promotion will get another 3 points for their cause if it stays as is. They're playing a 4-2-4, and in the second half they've really kicked on. Their XG is significantly higher than ours, although we have had more chances. Although a lot of them came in a little flurry. They've just brought on Cannon up top, Tom Cannon. Went on loan to Blackburn last year and scored loads of goals. Hasn't actually played for them so far in the Premier League, but they brought him on now, and he might just get a decent run out here. Mandy's not having a great game. We'll put Finn at right back, and now Owen Beck can come on. I mean, we've actually had a decent game, but the result looks like it's still unfortunately going to go against us. And we will still be 4 points above the relegation zone, but it is getting significantly closer, and form is definitely not in a good place right now. We are losing. I mean, obviously the fixtures have been quite difficult, but we've lost 5 of our last 6. With 8th place Bristol City next, we really need to get wins in the first 3 games of December. Otherwise, it could be a very, very risky position to be in with our job. I think we've got one of the poorest defensive records in the division. Goals conceded 31, which is more than anyone other than Cardiff and Preston. We are conceding too many goals. But Liam Kelly's conceded 25 in 13, whereas Rizzo has conceded 6 in 6. So missing Rizzo for considerable portions of the season has definitely had a negative effect on our overall form. But now he's back, as is Jay Stansfield, so maybe it might be about to turn in our favour again. Oh, I'll wait to give everyone a rest. Rob, thank you for the 30th month, mate. Appreciate it, pal. Can't stay, mate. Wanted to share your anniversary award. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. 2.5 years. Brand new badge for that as well. Cambridge are on CBS right now, are they? CBS just announced a huge deal with the EFL for US broadcasting and streaming. Championship League 1, 2, Carabao Cup, Bristol Street Motors Trophy now on Paramount Plus, and some matches to be broadcast on CBS. Up the Yellers! Plymouth have sacked their manager. My... where would it be? Staff, job centre. A lot of jobs available at the minute. A lot of jobs that could potentially be at risk. Mine, however, at present is fine. Competitions? No, where would it be? Club Vision. Currently on a B. Happy with me so far. Fans, C+ only. Right, I'm just going to have a quick toilet break before we go and play Bristol City. I shall be back in uno momento. BRB.